Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. Today I want to show you my min-maxed version of my Essence Drain Occultist, currently level 98, so we did some breach runs, breachstone hosting with the viewers on stream. So I got this one pretty fast, pretty high. And yeah, this is the more min-maxed version, the more expensive version of the previous video, which was the Essence Drain, Blight, Contagion, Low Life, you know, triple Purity, double Curse, thing-ish. Caster. Chaos Caster. So, I spent more currency into this now, so as I said, this is the more min-max version, but it's still not the min-max super version, so I'm still missing my 2120 gems and so on. But yeah, in the end, this is the current take on it. I think the character is done at the moment. I was struggling to get my resistances done, so I chaos spammed yeah, some items to just get my resistances done, so they are not like top-notch or something. But anyways, for the build showcase, we're gonna run a Forge of the Phoenix map. This is the last one before encountering Uber Elder. And I haven't tried Uber Elder on this character yet. So even though I played Essence Drain quite often, I have never tried Uber Elder with it. So this is going to be first time today. And yeah, we're gonna see how it works. I don't want to explain too much about the build, how it works at least. Because I think I made a good explanation or half a good explanation on the previous video, so if you want to check that one out, feel free to do so. Link is given in the description below. But just for the small reminder, we have Contagion, which gives a circle and debuffs the enemy. When the enemy dies while having Contagion on, they will, as soon as they die, they will leave a circle which spreads Contagion. Same with Essence Drain. Essence Drain is our high dot damage. So if an enemy is debuffed with the Contagion and Essence Drain, as soon as he dies, he will spread the Contagion and the Essence Drain. So the more mobs there are, the bigger the chain reaction until the cooldown is gone. So, yeah, let's see in theory, or at least in practice. You see, we're gonna curse the first thing, the second, and everything is just going to die. If we're just gonna make this with Contagion, you see, they will leave these blue circles, but Contagion is not doing a lot of damage, so yeah, Essence Drain is the one that actually does a sick lot of damage, and also our Blight and Val Blight that we have here. Usually, if you just encounter, I'm just gonna wait for the Syndicate members to pop up, to be honest.
No more deals, just good.
There they are, so one Val Blight, and they should actually be dead as soon as he...
Fair fight.
Wait, there's two of them.
Not bad.
But usually you're just gonna blight them down. And that is...
I choose.
The damage is quite nice, I have to say. It's basically the best take on an Essence Drain character that I had so far. Cause the other ones are, you know, Chaos is kinda hard. You see how big this explosion was? The chain reaction was like 2 or 3 screens now. So if the monster density is fine, you'll have a lot of fun with this, just clearing off everything. What I was saying... scaling chaos damage is not that easy, because there is not a lot of chaos damage stuff that is good, and in the end you want to scale... Holy shit. Stupid freeze. You want to scale the max level, because on casters' skill gems in general, I think, and especially in chaos, base level is king. The higher your base level, it's just super important to have a high base level. I'm gonna show you that later when we go over here, how important it is, because I will just switch my Essence Drain to my Chevron's revving setup, so it's just a typical 6-link. And then we're gonna socket it into my current stave too, so you guys see the damage difference on what does, on what +2 level of socketed support gems and so on does. But yeah, let's go and try to kill this last Guardian. But it's a pretty forward build, actually. The playstyle is a lot different than usual, so it's a lot of fun. And at the moment I have like 250k chaos damage, but this is without all these minus chaos resistance for nearby enemies, same as the Ascendancy. We have like here 20%. So it sums up. I think in total I have like more than 50% less resistance on the enemies. So this is a tier 16 Elder Guardian. And usually it's enough if I just tap on Blight to get the hindered and the increased chaos damage taking, and one Essence Drain should basically be enough to, yeah, get into phase transition. Let's see if that works. Essence Drain is on. Just move around. Oh, maybe a second. But it's close, actually. But you saw there's nothing. You're just gonna get your dot on and then try to, yeah, dodge or whatever you do. Holy shit, the debuffs. No. But this is the good thing about caster builds, right? Same with Stormbrand. Oh, holy shit. And the other stuff that are caster builds, because I'm used to melee kind of builds, right? And casters, I always see, they just gonna add their buffs or debuffs or whatever, and then they run. You know, as a melee, you always have to freaking go nuts to the boss, and here you're just gonna get your buffs or debuffs on, and sometimes it's stupid hard to hit this Essence Drain. It has such a small hitbox, actually. But yeah, usually you get your dot on and then you're free to run, if you hit it. I mean, it's not hard to hit, it's just me being a very bad player to not hit it. It's like, sometimes there is a mob here, you know, and I'm like this. God, I missed! I need
more mana.
Finally, you know, I just take several attempts. I'm not used to caster builds, so I'm sorry. But anyways, that was the map showcase. I would say, let's get straight into the Uber Elder encounter and see how that works. And as a reminder, I've never tried Uber Elder as an Essence Drain character.
See you soon.
So, probably we should take Soul of Yugul for the reduced cold damage taking. And here, Soul of Solaris. Yeah, that should be fine. We're gonna see how that works out. And I'm looking forward to this one. But I'm actually a little bit nervous. Like, sometimes I really try encounters for the first time on the video. So you're gonna imagine how bad it feels if you really die and stuff. But yeah, happens. I'm not a faker.
Exile, do something.
So, let's get our Essence Drain on. A little bit of Blight spamming, Holy shit, that's not... Okay, we have phase transition. That was actually super good. Basically, it's just keep your Essence Drain off and then, yeah, get some of these Blight stacks. And we are already in phase transition. Holy shit. So, Essence Drain, the typical combo. Kill off stuff here. The portals are dying. Holy shit, that was more damage than I was expecting. Holy fuck. Okay, here is the next portals. Portals are done. We're on Shaper.
Embraced by misery.
Shaper slam, dodged. Okay, let's get the dot on.
Gaze
Already phase transition again? Holy fuck! Okay, Val Blight. Look at the damage! Holy fuck! That was way more than I was expecting. Holy shit, I'm slowed. Wow, holy shit! I mean, I know that it's quite nice damage, but I didn't expect it to be that much. Holy, I'm frozen. Holy shit. Okay, this is a little bit weird situation here. Okay, I got it. So let's just Contagion, Essence Drain, clear up the mobs. Shit, that was close. So, Shaper, debuff. Shaper, debuff. Essence, phase transition again. Holy fuck. Essence Drain. Let's kill off this mob here. One Essence Drain should be fair enough. Hide a little bit. Holy shit, that's bad. Okay, I think the dot is on. Not sure. I'm just gonna randomly try to get into the target. Okay, we're in phase transition again. Holy shit. Okay, let's wait till this blob is going. Perfect. That's actually so nice. Holy shit. Okay, let's get this Essence Drain. This Essence Drain. Essence Drain for this mob. Contagion to clear up all the portals. You see, it's like you do it one single time and all the portals are getting debuffed. And everything is just dying and spreading. Okay, this is a bit bad. Ugh, God, slow. Is Shaper dead already? No, he is. But now he's dead. Okay, let's kill this one. Spread Contagion. Oh, Val Blight is up. Holy shit, I'm actually surprised. This build does perform way better on Uber Elder than I expected it to be, so... Wow, nice, I like it. Okay, we got the Void Forge. Void Forge. Can we make a build with Void Forge? Maybe. We should try that. Okay, so let's go into the detail. What did I change? And yeah, how everything works together, I would say. So, let's first of all, we're gonna take a look at this Void Forge. How are the rolls? 91, 8, 95. Hey, that's actually a pretty good Void Forge. Can we link that quick? Sorry, this is not a build guide thing, but I just have to. I just want to see if I'm lucky, at least on this video. If it's not a gambling video and it's just a random video where I just show something, you're just gonna give me that 2 or 3 minutes. Come on. Daddy needs a Void Forge. 6 link, please. Well, at least I tried, right? But I got 6 socket, that's something. So I'm still super, yeah, unlucky with this one. So let's just pass everything into here. We're gonna pick that up later. And yeah, let's go over the character. So basically, the only core item is basically a Chevron's Wrappings. Since we're a low life build, that means we have currently 17 life. So chaos damage bypasses the energy shield. So you can have like a million energy shield. If you have 1 life, you're gonna die instantly to chaos damage. That's why we need a Chevron's Wrapping that says chaos damage does not bypass energy shield. So now the damage goes to energy shield first if it's chaos damage. So this is the more important thing, right? So I would say we're gonna start from the top to the bottom, and I will quickly explain how I crafted these items and the gem slots and so on. So let's start with the helmet. Helmet is basically just self-crafted, a hubris circlet. I should get an essence drain damage cast on it, or at least an enchant if you can get that. Basically I have something like this somewhere, I think. But I have a big problem with my self-crafted gear, because I want it to be beautiful. And beautiful is a shaper base, cause it's, yeah, more beautiful, right? Same with the staff, same with the boots, same with the gloves. I just want it to look beautiful. So anyways, it is delve crafted with aberrant fossils. The good thing about it is a non-meta build. That means that all the chaos items are pretty cheap to get. I think today I bought a shitload of these aberrant delve fossils. They have these more chaos modifiers, right? I think I got 5 of these fossils for 1 chaos. So there you see, it's super cheap, right? Plus the resonators, if it takes like a chaos or half a chaos, pretty easy. So what I was trying to do here is just get the nearby enemies have minus 9% chaos resistance and energy shield. That's it. Resistance would be better, but didn't hit, so who cares? So, gems, we have Despair and Feeble Blasphemy and a Blood Magic level 21. I don't know if on I think it is necessary, since we are actually running Clarity on Blood Magic as well. So you gotta make sure that your Blood Magic is level 21 and that you get all your mana reservation skill points, like Charisma, and here on top here, Reduced Mana Reservation on the left side, Sovereignty, Mana Reservation. You're gonna need a shitload of that, because we are actually running 2, 4, 6, 8 things, auras on life and mana. So that's a lot, so you need all those. So, as I said, this is the min-maxed version, so it's going to be a little bit more expensive. Okay, these are our 2 curses that we reserve in life. As I said, the Chevron's Wrappings, pretty, yeah, common, unique, I would say. Goes in with Blight, Control Destruction, Efficiency, Swift Affliction, Void Manipulation, and Empower support. So, if you cannot afford that, skip the Empower and get, yeah, played on a 5 link, more or less. But I still don't really want to go for the cheap things, because I explained all of that stuff on the previous video. So, as I said, again, I know I repeat myself, but if you're looking for a budget way, check out the older video that I uploaded like 2 days ago. There you see the non-expensive gear, at least affordable gear. Okay, so this is the same setup, like Control Destruction, Efficiency, Swift Affliction, Void Manipulation, and Power. Is basically the best setup, or the only setup that you can actually run with chaos spells. So I have the exact same setup here in the staff here. So here I want to show you real quick how much these level does. So here we have chevrons, just the normal chevrons, right? So no plus level of socketed gems, no nothing, with empower. So that means my essence drain does 149k. I don't think you can see that. Dot damage is not listed here either. That's bad. But yeah, still, I can see it. I can tell you. Wait a second. Can you see it? No, you can't. But it is 149k damage per second. So if we switch that essence drain now with the weapon, we suddenly have 257k DPS. That's more than 100k dot DPS more, just because we have a level of socketed gems and plus level of socketed support gems. So there you see how insanely that scales. So here we have actually an essence drain level 24. And here we have an essence drain level 28. So 4 base levels of essence drain is basically more than 100k chaos DPS. Alright, so same setup as before, as I said. Let's go over essence drain, efficiency, control destruction, swift affliction, void manipulation, and an empower support. You can squeeze out more damage with like level 21 gems and so on, but yeah, if you want to spend that. So let's go for the stave. If you remember, in the previous version, I used this one. This has 2 level of socketed gems, or at least like chaos gems and multiplier and so on. This is a pretty decent weapon, but this one squeezes out way more. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a staff, and it does not have to be Shaper. As I said before, it's me being completely stupid. Oh wow, a Shaper stuff looks way better than a normal stuff. I like this background, so let's craft this one. So in the end, you're gonna spend more and more currency to craft something like that, because a shaped staff can have way more modifiers than a non-shaped staff can have, right? Okay, makes sense. So what you're gonna do, you have 2 options basically. In one hand, you're gonna just spam alterations until you hit plus level of socketed gems. Then you're gonna regal it, and then try to annul off the second, the suffix, prefix, whatever you get. Unless it is a high tier cast speed, high tier like the other stuff that I crafted on this one. Then once done, or at least the second version would be if you take a white item. I don't know if I have a white item here. If we're just gonna take this one, for example. Let's see, just for showing, right? So this is a typical, I don't know, like this base. Okay, what you can do is, let's take some scourings and some regals. This is the more safe version, but it's more expensive. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna craft mana, for example, for 3 augmentations. So it is a magic item, and then you're gonna regal and try to hit that +1 level. If you don't hit it, score it off, craft mana, regal. Score it off, craft mana, and regal. Okay, this is what you're gonna do until you hit the +1. Because with the regal, it's going to be a rare item. And in the end, you just can remove the crafted mods, and there you go, you have your 1 stat Lion's Pelt. Perfect. Isn't it beautiful? But it's more expensive. I tried that in the start before alteration spamming, and I spent more than 200 regals and didn't got my +1. So I was like, screw that, let's alteration spam and regal and try to annul. I was just super unlucky. I had to roll the mod for 12 times, because 11 times I annulled off the plus level of socketed gems. That was so annoying, and I was so mad in the end, you know, but finally I got it, you know, like the chance was most of the time 50-50, and I always annulled off the plus level of socketed gems, which sucks, but hey, there we go. In the end, you're gonna use your plus level socketed support gems, increase chaos damage, chaos speed, and the non-ailment chaos damage over time, which is more damage. Like the 40% non-ailment chaos damage over time multiplier is more damage than, for example, the 90% spell damage craft. So just to make sure. So this is the best version you can get, more or less. There is another way that I was trying to get before. I'm gonna write that down quick. You have like 3 prefix, right? Prefix and suffix. Suffix we don't care at the moment. I just want to show you what I tried to do. I wanted to have a plus level of socketed +1 gems, then +2 chaos gems, and a +2 crafted support gems. This is what I tried to do. The problem is what I did not know before, that the support gems and the chaos gems, they share the same spot. So you can't have both on it. You can have one of these, like here, or the other version like this. This is what you can do, but you cannot get all 3 on that. So that's why I ran it in the path of building, and the +2 level of socketed support gems is worth more in terms of damage, quite a lot more damage, than the +2 chaos. Why? Because the socketed support gems gives more levels to empower. That means I'm running an empower level 7, yeah, 7, which gives 6 levels flat to our essence drain, which is insane, right? So that's why this combination is probably the most valuable one. Okay, let's move on with the next one, the Owl's Amulet. So I choose to go with an Owl's because it has Discipline, reserves no mana. This I combined with the new mbXtreme ring, which gives you socketed level of socketed aura gems, which is Discipline. But it has more mana reservation, but you get all attributes. You have life regen for each uncorrupted item, which I have a lot here, and with the Zealot's Oath I get this for energy shield, so I have permanently life energy shield regen as well. But yeah, you're gonna reserve more mana, and we are strength and dex starved on this build, so that's another good solution with the all attributes, strength, dex as a how's it called, a veiled mod, right? I got this for 1 or 5 chaos. It's pretty cheap, but you're gonna make sure there's a lot of strength and dexterity rolls, so you're gonna make sure you hit the highest. This is 15 to 17. So that means that I reserve a lot more discipline, but with the Owl's Upraising, discipline reserves no mana, so I don't have any downsides of the Vivinsect, but I get a 26 discipline aura, which gives a lot more energy shield. So, the second ring I have is the a self-crafted ring with Aspect of the Spider, energy shield, and then just faster start of energy shield or resistance because I was lacking some all resistance. Before that, I was trying to play around with the Shaper ring, but the Shaper ring with an 80% 10-10 roll that only gave like 30k DPS. So I was like, let's take this one, have more energy shield, be safer, we have enough damage. Okay, for the gloves, this is just chaos spammed for energy shield and faster casting. You don't need that, but I think faster casting with contagion is a super good link. Usually, if you would run a one-handed weapon at the shield, you can have more energy shield, and you get the movement spell in here, maybe a cast when image taken setup. So you can have a full-linked essence drain, contagion setup with faster casting, arcane surge, for example. What else? Efficiency for more damage, something like that. But in the end, since I'm using a staff and I have double 6 link for damage, which is a lot more damage than one-handed shield, I had to cut on contagion. And contagion, I think with all the cast speed we have, does cast pretty fast, to be honest. So I don't really need the other stuff. But since I wanted to have it fast, I did the Sorcerer Glove as a shaped base to get this faster casting mod. So I don't even have resistance on that. That is purely chaos spammed for energy shield and, yeah, faster casting. So we have Contagion as a standalone. We have Flame Dash as a standalone because that helps a lot on encounters like Uber Elder when you're slowed or you need to get over some gaps, you know, pretty decent. Then we have a level 21 Blood Magic support with Clarity. So, the problem is, without Clarity, if I show it like that, if we remove Clarity, then we have to take a Life Flask because we are not having any life regen. Let me check. Leveling, Life Flask, let's get me full on life. Perfect. So, without Clarity, you see that my mana is actually soaking up. So, I cannot constantly spam Blight because I will run out of mana. So what I did is I added those low-level Clarity with a Watcher's Eye Jewel with Clarity for mana regen. So once this is equipped, I can permanently spam without losing any mana. So this is actually quite insane with the mana regen because our Essence Drain with the Empower and all that stuff costs 104 mana. So we can basically shoot out twice before we have to wait to regen. This helps a lot, like when you kill stuff, you regen a lot, right? So usually if you just run around, kill one screen, and the move, you kill one screen, you have enough regen to just compensate for that. Okay, let's move over to my belt. This is just a crystal belt with Aberrant Fossil Craft, so this has chaos damage. Since I was just buying, I think, 100 or 200 Aberrant Fossils to get this Helm enchant with a negative 9% chaos resistance, and once I hit that with like 300 energy shield, was like, yeah, fine, that's good. Let's move the rest for the crystal belt. Yeah, and that's it. It's just basically chaos damage, some energy shield, and that's about it. Nothing too fancy, doesn't have to be a shape base, forget about that. It's just me wanting to have shaper bases, because it looks more beautiful, I don't know. But in the end, it's just chaos and maximum energy shield, nothing too special. For the boots, they are chaos spammed as well, because I needed resistances. Since we are running triple purity, we still have a pretty low resistance count, because this has no resistance, this is only life, lightning resistance. Here we have crafted 10 all rest. This has no resistance. The owls has no resistance. So we're pretty resistance starved. And on the tree, I took everything to all elemental resistances. You see, I have every single node that was in reach for elemental resistances, and I got a jewel with elemental resistances. So yeah, I just chaos spammed them for some energy shield and fire and cold resistance. And if you think that's a lie, I don't really care just screwing that off, you know, like, holy shit. That took me like 50 chaos orbs to get, so boom, there you go. It is a true fact that I chaos spammed them before the video to just fix my resistances. So anyways, we have Purity of Fire, Ice, and Lightning, which gives us 42 all resistance, with an Enlightened support to have enough resistances. So since we are having Purities, we have a lot more max resistance. Obviously not now, because I screwed off my boots, which is actually pretty stupid, but anyways, where's my contagion? Here it is. We have 80% on fire cold resistance, it's counted as a low weave more or less, and we have 81 lightning resistance since we get 1 max lightning resistance on the unnatural calm. Check! So, what else is to say? I think we went over the staff, this, that, and that. Perfect. Flasks. Witchfire Brew, just because of the damage over time that we have while we are in the smoke cloud, or at least like once we activate it. We have a Chemist's Basalt Flask of Heat for freeze immunity and some physical mitigation. Rumis Concoction to add another layer of defense. Sulfur Flask for bleed immunity and also some more energy shield regen. And a Quicksilver Flask to actually move a little bit faster. Alright, let's go over the skill tree. I know that the skill tree looks a little bit fancy, but in the end, I searched for stuff that I need, right? So I have a lot of auras. That means I need mana reservation. And if you check mana reserved, I took those here, this cluster here, the cluster over here, and the cluster over here for the maximum on the skill tree, actually, I think. Here is some more. But yeah, the things that were in reach, right, as a witch. Like, we have the topper side of the skill tree. So, yeah, mana reserve all the time. Then, as I said before, to all elemental resistances. We have every single node that is in range for elemental resistances, as I said before. And the rest is just chaos damage, which we have over here, here, and on the top side. And the rest is just either spell damage or just flat energy shield. So this is how these skill trees work together. Obviously with Painted Human for low life, since it's a 30% more spell damage multiplier for our damage, which is great. And yeah, this explains why we start here with spell damage and take those nodes. Here we have 1 additional curse. And the other side is just energy shield, energy shield, energy shield. In terms of leveling, it's important to get all these mana reserve nodes first. Then I would go for probably chaos damage, and then I just stacked a lot of energy shield. So we run 4 jewels in total. At least in my specific thing, I ran 5 in total. Because I have here all resistance, because I was, as I said before, resistance starved. So if I remove those 3 points, I would add them into more chaos damage here, more increased area effect of our non-curse hours, which is discipline, and the last point, I don't know, somewhere maybe here for more energy shield recharge rate. Okay, we have a double spreading rod that says that you have more chaos damage, you have more blight damage, or at least more hinder damage, and enemies take 25% increased chaos damage while they have blight. We run 2 of those because you can have 2 of those. That's why I mean you're gonna use your essence drain and then run nearby, press your blight once. You don't have to permanently channel it. I mean, it's a lot of damage, trust me on that. If we calculate that together, we have blight damage, we have 22.6k at the moment without negative multiplier. So what you can have is you can add 20 layers of that. So that alone is like 500, like 450k chaos DPS, right? So the longer you can channel, the more damage it will do. But usually it's enough if you, like the stash is the enemy, if you just tag them and then run by, trigger it once. So they are actually hindered from the blight, and then through our spreading rods take more chaos damage. So the essence drain ticks even harder. So I have two corrupted ones, one with Cursed with Silence and one with Corrupted Blood cannot be inflicted to you, which is pretty cheap, I have to say, compared to other jewels, because Essence Drain, or at least Chaos builds, are non-meta, so you're gonna get these items pretty cheap. I think I paid like 30 Chaos for this and like 50 for this, so it's a price difference maybe nowadays, but when I bought them it was kind of cheap. So then we have an Essence, a Watcher's Eye, with two mods here. I got this one for 6 Exalts. As I said before, the clarity with the mana problem. This is nice to have. It works the same on like Righteous Fire with the life recovery rate. This one is mana recovery rate. But the one that you want to get is the Discipline, the fastest start of energy shield recharge rate while affected by Discipline. They go for, I think, 2 Exalts, maybe 3 Exalts. I need to check real quick. If we just gonna check in the Discipline mod without stats, because I divided that to 40. They start at 2.4 Exalts, so they are affordable. Okay, and for the rest is an Unnatural Instinct that we can use over here in this cluster. So what this does is you get all the nodes that are unlocated, so not skilled, but the ones that you have skilled do nothing. That's why we choose mana here, because then we get 3 times live regen, we get here effect of curses, we have double skill effect duration, which makes our essence drain and blight and contagion tick longer. Then we have more area damage, area of effect, and also, most importantly, here, 9% additional cast speed. I mean, it's not most important, but still, it's very nice to have. So you get a shitload out of it, but it's expensive. So if you're just gonna go over this, you see how many stats we get from this Unnatural Instinct. But they are kind of expensive. They go for 15 Exalts nowadays. If you don't have that one, you're gonna take that one out. You're gonna use something like this, like Spell Damage, Max Energy Shield, whatever, and just kill the live region nodes and skip the mana nodes. But if you have the currency, take this one. That gives you a lot more juice to your setup. Alright, next thing, I don't think there is any more to explain. What about the Ascendancies? You can go with Profane Bloom, which makes the Chaos Explosion once the enemies die when they are cursed. But the problem is that these explosions interrupt your Essence Drain chains, right? So for me it just doesn't feel well. If you're gonna have a room here, you do like this and that, and then you expect the whole room to just like die, right? But the first target that got hit or dead, killed by Essence Drain explodes, kills like 5 mobs, and the rest of the room stands still. That's the problem. So that's why I really enjoy the rework of the Occultist, so we have the possibility to go with Void Beacon and Withering Presence. So Withering Presence does actually, you hinder enemies when you stand next to them, or at least like you wither them, so they get more and more chaos damage, right? So usually you were running Essence Drain with a Spell Totem with Wither that was just casting all the time, but here just stand next to the mob, like the Shaper Portal, and they just get more and more minus chaos resistance, and you just do more and more and more damage, right? Insane. And the first 2 I took was Wicked Ward and Vile Bastion for the stun immunity, well, Energy Shield, and obviously the 250 flat Energy Shield, which is a lot. Alright, skill tree I think is well explained. Path of Building link is in the description below. And yeah, let's go over to the next part, which is passives. I think I killed all with this one. Yeah, I killed all bandits, because there is no reason to take anything else. We're not a crit build, so Alira doesn't do anything. I don't even know what Caitlyn or Kraylin is doing, and Oak could be 1% energy shield reach in that case, because of Zealot's Oath, but we're gonna take the 2 points, really, because energy shield based builds need a lot of skill points, because there are so many energy shield nodes on the tree. I'm level 98 and I still want to have like 20 more points, please, for more energy shield. But yeah, it is how it is. We have more energy shield over here. Like if that would be the same with life nodes, holy shit. Okay, Then we go for the Pantheons, as I said before. We have Soul of Solaris, and you go for the Uberella encounter that we just did. Otherwise, I think I run to Kuhama for a regen while we stand still, because usually, I mean, if a boss dies lasts longer than 5 seconds, you know, you're just gonna stand here and cast Blight. So you're standing still, so you get the regen of it, right? And yeah. So, next thing, probably the Transmog, if you're interested. We have the Celestial Hood with the Harbinger Eyes. We have the Stalker Wings, the Shadow Stalker Body Armor with the Undertaker Weapon Effect, Undertaker or Master Undertaker Gloves and Boots. Celestial Footprint, Celestial Corrector Effect, and the Demon King Portal Effect that you don't see because these are Shaper Portals. So, Essence Drain, there is one package basically with the Arcane Skill Effect pack that I used, so your Essence Drain Contagion is actually blue instead of purple. Purple looks cool too, but if you're interested in what I'm running here. Then we have the Force Field Aura effect that you cannot see because I have no life and it's not activated, so let's get our life back. That's the only problem if you're running Zealot's Oath, you don't have life regen anymore. So if we activate here this one and this one and this one, so here you see the Force Field, that's the blue bubble here. Then we have Flame Dash Dragon effect that I... Here, this one. Clarity has nothing. Then we have Soul Nexus on any of our, I think it was Purity of Fire. So I keep all blue. Because if I disable this, you know, Purity of Fire has a red circle, so I wanted to disable that one, make it blue. That's the main reason why I use that one. So everything is like purple, blue, and yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think that's it for the character. I'm going to replace it now. Probably I will stay Occultist because I still need to do level 100 for the endgame grind. So probably I'm gonna take another try on Occultist build. Could be anything, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm gonna stick with the dots and go for an Cold Vortex dot build that are popular right now. So maybe I'm gonna try this one. Or maybe some other like CI, like whatever. We're gonna see what I come up to. Probably you can sneak in and yeah, on the stream and yeah, take a look what I'm playing at the moment. So yeah, hopefully you like this showcase on my Essence Drainer. Pretty fun character, pretty cool to play. I did my first Uber Elder just on this video, and you saw it was ridiculous. I'm actually surprised. I thought it's going to be a lot less DPS. But in the end, it was actually very, very satisfying to play, and yeah, pretty nice. So thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and see ya on the next video.